Hey there friends, welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered how the technology we use every single day got its start? Or maybe there are tiny secrets behind it you never knew. Well, get ready to be amazed, because today we're uncovering some truly mind-blowing technology facts you won't believe. Let's kick things off with something super basic. Your computer mouse. We use them all the time. But did you know the first computer mouse had nothing to do with computers? Yep, the very first computer mouse was actually built in 1964, and it wasn't even called a mouse. It was an invention by Doug Engelbart, a computer scientist who wanted to improve how people interacted with computers. But hold on tight, because it looked and worked very different from the mouse we know today. Instead of the sleek plastic device with a ball underneath, Engelbart's invention was a wooden block with 2 buttons and a metal wheel. The mouse had a cord attached to it, and it moved around on a flat surface, kinda like today's mice. But instead of a sensor, it used mechanical switches under the wheels to detect movement. And guess what? It didn't even move the cursor on the screen directly beneath it. Instead, it was placed separately somewhere on the screen, and users could move it around manually. Despite its odd features, Engelbart's invention laid the groundwork for future generations of computer mice. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll go back to wooden mice, but with some fancy upgrades. Next up, let's look at the keyboard you use every day. Chances are it's got a weird layout of letters and numbers known as Q, W, E, R, T, Y. You probably learned it without even thinking twice. But have you ever wondered why the keys are arranged in such a strange order? Well, the answer might surprise you. Back in the early days of typing, when people were just getting used to those clunky old typewriters, there was a big problem. The hammers that struck the keys would often get jammed together, ruining whole lines of text. So, engineers set out to solve this mechanical issue and came up with a clever solution. By separating common letter pairs that often cause jams, the QWERTY layout was born. For example, comma pairs like TH and HE were split up so typists could unaccidentally hit both keys at once. At first glance, it might seem counterintuitive that a design meant to slow typists down became the standard for speedy typing. But think about it. If everyone was typing at breakneck speeds, there would be even more typos and errors. By keeping a steady pace, typists could produce clean, error-free documents. So the next time you sit down to type, take a moment to appreciate the genius and quirks of your keyboard. Without QWERTY, you might be reaching for the backspace key a lot more often. Now let us talk about a gadget you probably use every day without even realizing it. The barcode scanner. Those black and white lines you see on products at the grocery store have a secret story behind them. Invented in the late 1940s, barcodes weren't designed for supermarkets, but for something much simpler, libraries. The idea was to use a machine to read the unique code assigned to each book, making it easier to keep track of what was being borrowed and returned. However, it took decades for barcodes to catch on in libraries. One of the main reasons was that the scanners were bulky, expensive machines that required special training to operate. As a result, many libraries saw no benefit in adopting this new technology. But in the 1970s, supermarkets started using barcodes to track inventory and prices, which led to faster checkouts and happier customers. Seeing this success, libraries realized they could use barcodes to streamline their checkout process and that's why you can quickly scan books and walk out the door without waiting in line. Next time you borrow a book, take a closer look at the barcode on the back cover. It's a simple reminder of how everyday technology can have surprising origins. You might not realize it, but your phone is full of tiny parts that are way smaller than you think. Take a look at the motherboard, the component that controls all of your phone's functions. It's covered with microscopic circuits that allow electricity to flow through them. These circuits are so small that you need a powerful microscope to see them. But don't worry, your phone's circuits are built to last. They're reprotected by several layers of insulation and are designed to withstand the normal wear and tear of everyday use. And here's another fun fact. The chips that power your phone's apps and games are made using photolithography, the same technology that's used in the semiconductor industry to make computer chips. These chips contain billions of transistors, which are microscopic switches that control the flow of electricity. All of these tiny components work together to give you a seamless user experience. So the next time you pick up your phone, take a moment to appreciate the complexity hidden within its sleek exterior. If you spend a lot of time on social media, you've probably uploaded your fair share of photos and videos. But have you ever wondered how much your precious memories weigh? Well, thanks to modern technology, you can find out in a snap. Let's say you took a picture of your friends at a party and saved it on your phone. That image takes up a certain amount of space on your phone's storage. But what does that mean exactly? How much does that data weigh in the real world? To put it simply, not much at all. A typical smartphone photo only takes up a few megabytes of space, which translates to a weight of almost 0 grams. That's because data itself has no physical weight. It's just a bunch of bits and bytes stored on your phone's memory chips. But wait, there's more. If you decide to upload that photo to a cloud storage service, it gets compressed to save space. This means your memory-packed file weighs even less in the cloud. So the next time you post a photo online, remember that it doesn't add any weight to your phone or the internet. It's just a tiny blip in the vast sea of digital information. Did you know that the humble computer chip is actually older than you think? Believe it or not, the first integrated circuit was invented in 1958, just 7 years after the birth of Alan Turing. What is even more mind-blowing is that this breakthrough happened in 2 places at almost the exact same time. Jack Kilby at Texas Instruments and Robert Noyce at Fairchild Semiconductor. Both developed the first ICS independently. Interestingly, Kilby's initial design wasn't very functional, and he kept improving it over time. Meanwhile, Noyce's creation caught on quickly with other engineers and became the industry standard. Today, we use incredibly advanced chips to power everything from smartphones to self-driving cars. And it all started with those 2 brilliant minds who dared to dream up a better way to calculate. So the next time you use a gadget that seems too complicated to understand, remember that it all started with a simple desire to make calculations easier. Ever wondered why your Wi-Fi signal seems to disappear every now and then? You're not alone. It's a frustrating problem that's plagued internet users since the dawn of Wi-Fi. But the reason for these mysterious outages might surprise you. As it turns out, your Wi-Fi connection isn't as reliable as you think. Even though your router router might be sitting right next to you, sending signals at a constant rate. There's a good chance that some of those signals are never reaching your device. The culprit, radio interference from nearby electronics like microwaves, Bluetooth speakers, and baby monitors. That's right, your trusty blender can actually mess with your internet connection. But don't worry, there's a simple fix. Just try changing the channel on your router or moving it away from other electronics. You might not be able to blame your bad grades solely on Wi-Fi problems anymore, but at least you'll have a stronger connection. Ever wonder how long it takes for your favorite song to finish downloading? Depending on your internet speed, it could take a few seconds or a few minutes. But did you know that there's a much bigger number at play? The size of a typical MP3 file is measured in megabytes, which is a relatively small unit of data, but when you consider that there are millions of songs available for download, the total number of megabytes can be staggering. In fact, if you downloaded every song in the top 40, you'd need almost 4 gigabytes of storage space. That's equivalent to almost 800 photos. Now, let's take it up a notch. What if you wanted to download every song in Spotify's catalog? You would need over 4 terabytes of storage space. That's enough to store over 1 million photos or nearly 800 gigabyte Steam games. So the next time you click download on your favorite track, take a moment to appreciate the massive amount of data that's being transferred in real time. So there you have it, some really awesome technology facts that you probably didn't know. I hope you enjoyed learning these fun facts about the tech we use every day. It is amazing to think about how these innovations came to be and the impact they've had on our lives. If you want to learn more interesting stuff, stay tuned for more awesome content. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Until next time, happy tech exploring!